let me show our viewers now a vote share dispersion visualization. So what this does is, the darker the color, the higher the vote share of, in this case, the BRS on those seats. The lighter the color, the lesser the vote share. So the BRS had 45 seats where their vote share was between 40 and 50. 50% of the seats their vote share was more than 50, right? So if you look at this, there are only 7 seats where the BRS's vote share was less than 20%. So those are the lightest green pockets. But if you see, concentrated very deeply are the BRS seats where they've got very strong pockets of influence. And therefore, you know, it won't take a mini wave for the BRS to lose if they were to lose. It will require a political tsunami. If the BRS is to lose from where they were in the last election, it really would require a political tsunami, an outpouring of anger. This is the Congress's vote share dispersion. You see that there are only 3 seats where the Congress's vote share is more than 50%. There are 30 seats where the Congress's vote share is between 40 and 50%. There are 11 seats, the lightest blue that you see, 11 seats where the Congress's vote share is less than, is 11 seats. So less than 20%, 11 seats, 20 to 30%, 16 seats. So the Congress is really electorally up against the odds, Now what could be the electoral significance of this verdict? Now I want to go across to Rohan Gupta. You've been speaking about how you've been campaigning in Telangana and helping with the election war room. If the Congress were to win, it would require a political tsunami, as I've been saying. The fact also is that Revanth Reddy, when he announces that the 9th of December is when he's taking the oath of office, is that getting carried away, counting chickens which haven't hatched? Because ultimately it will depend on how many voters are you able to mobilize on the 30th. The BRS is a strong election machinery. They may be able to get more voters to the polling booth.
I think, Rahul, you have asked very pertinent question, and that's what I told you, that this time Congress has really fought this election in a different style. As you rightly told, generally it is perceived that Congress is not good on booth and all, but this time we have ensured that all the places our booth teams are ready, all the places, you know, they are ready to go. I'll tell you one more thing, like 6 guarantee cards what we have distributed, we have collected those slips. Wherever our people have gone, we have collected those slips, and that data we have. So our candidates, they are working with this data, ensuring that these people vote. So this is a different Congress this time, Rahul, and I'm really, really happy the way our workers are working on ground. They are really motivated the way the whole campaign has come up. They are really motivated the way 6 guarantees have penetrated in the people, and the way BRS, when I was thinking that BRS will come back at the last hour, but I think they have no momentum now. And after yesterday's election commission, you know, again restrictions because of their own act, I think that is a final nail in their coffin. And mark my words, the way things are going, the next 2 days are pending, we won't be surprised if we touch 75 seats. This is my personal
don't get carried away
on ground,
but that's
from
fine.
seat to seat basis. The kind of feedback.
What else can you say? No, sure. You have to say that. No, you have to say that.
You know me.
You have to believe that you're winning, and that's only the logical thing to say. Rajdeep, what can go wrong?
There is a difference between.
अच्छा ठीक है, सुन लिया भाई, आपको 75 सीटें मिल रही है. Let's see if that comes out to be true. Rajdeep, is the Congress once again? It's a bit like India in that World Cup final, because of the fact that there was some momentum, the team had played well. Everybody was just so convinced that India would win against Australia. But Australia was Australia. They showed up, they played their best game, and India came up short. Is that one fear that the Congress has, that everybody's just getting carried away because they're seeing momentum around them, but that momentum may not be enough to win the World Cup finals?
You know, this is what makes it fascinating, Rahul. If you look at history, particularly of the southern states, when there is a wave, it's a tsunami. You've seen governments, powerful leaders being voted out. In fact, barring MGR, no leader in the south has won 3 consecutive elections. So KCR could be going where no other southern leader has gone before. And very powerful leaders in the south have been voted out, including the great NTR, since we are talking about Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, was voted out in 1989. So there have been moments in states where even charismatic crowd-pulling netas can be voted out. I think the challenge for the Congress is to see this election as can we win northern Telangana. The sense one gets from the ground is Hyderabad city is with the BRS and OAC. That in southern and eastern Telangana it is advantage Congress, but it is in northern Telangana, which is the bastion of the BRS, where the Congress is going to have to breach the citadel. You know, this is going to have to be the Congress doing in a way to the BRS what, let's say, a Mamata Banerjee did to the left in 2011. Then too the left was seen to be way ahead in terms of vote share, in terms of its dominance over seats for decades. Here you've got over the last 10 years the BRS dominating northern Telangana, really not losing any major election in this region. Can the Congress make a dent out there? Now the interesting thing in northern Telangana is that there are parts where the BJP also has a vote share. Couple of seats which they expect, for example, to win in Adilabad. So if there is this great anti-incumbency against MLAs, will that anti-incumbency in northern Telangana get split between the Congress and the BJP, or will it go all the way to the Congress? I think these are the small factors that could make a difference between the Congress momentum stopping at around the half-century mark, or the Congress actually pulling ahead and going beyond 60. I think northern Telangana will decide this election. So it's not just about whether there's a wave or a tsunami. Where is that wave or tsunami? There's no point in the Congress sweeping only southern and eastern Telangana but not doing well enough in northern Telangana. I think that's why this election is so difficult to call, because region by region you may have different kinds of voting behavior. The sense, though, I think, is that the anti-incumbency against the MLAs is the one reason why KCR should be worried about. Had he dropped about 30 MLAs, Rahul, I think he could have still survived this. Because he hasn't dropped those MLAs, it is now all up to his electioneering and his own image. Just one more point. The Congress, because, and I think you rightly pointed that out, Rahul, because of what happened in Karnataka, there's a sense that the Congress believes that they did strongly in Karnataka. Muslims, Dalits in particular, came to a large extent towards them. There are 14% Muslims influencing about 40 constituencies, 16% Dalits spread across the state. If these communities start moving towards the Congress, then yes, the Congress has more than half a chance.
No, but there's a big difference, Rajdeep, between the Congress in Karnataka and the Congress in Telangana. Congress in Karnataka had powerful caste leaders, they had Musselman, they had a strong organization, party, cadre. A lot of the Congress cadre in erstwhile Andhra Pradesh is now either with the BRS or some of them have moved to the BJP. So the Congress in Telangana is not a fraction of the strength that the Congress has in a state like Karnataka. Therefore, it really requires the voters of Karnataka. Janta jitade to jitade. Their machinery by itself isn't strong enough to be able to win this World Cup finals. Now that, a lot of BJP leaders are telling me at the highest levels.
With one caveat, Rahul, Telangana much smaller than Karnataka. With one caveat, Rahul, you're right, but remember, Karnataka much larger state, Telangana much smaller state. So if I have to put all my energies into a smaller state, even with a smaller cadre base, I have possibly a better chance than in a larger state like Karnataka. So I think if you go across Telangana, you will be surprised that with the kind of resources that the Congress for once seems to have put into an election.
Yeah, because they won Karnataka.
The BRS in terms of resources, but on the ground, I saw many more Congress workers than I've seen in a long time.